Hi, welcome. Ah, we're about to begin live on Insight Timer. Live here as well, but I won't be seeing the chat or there won't be any interaction here. So come on over to Insight Timer. Mhm. Hi, friends. Hmm, Hi, Michelle. All right. Again, if you're not on Insight Timer, I invite you to come to Insight Timer to be part of our live community experience, and we'll get started in about a minute. Go ahead and grab whatever you need for practice today. Let's do our little sound check. I'll just come back here. Just want to make sure you can hear me clearly from back on the mat. Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, great. Thank you, thank you. How's our visual today? I guess my fingers get cut off, but it's better than nothing, right? I guess I could tilt this up just a little bit and then I could bring, oh, this is always tricky. It's a little closer. Let's see what happens here. Mm, It's a little funky, but at least I'm a little closer to you. Well, I just made it all off in my attempt to get it lined up, but is that kind of, that looks really crooked. Oh well, we'll be with it just as it is. Thanks, Michelle. All right, let's make sure you can still kind of see the arm here. Okay, good. Good. Oh, wonderful, Maria. I'm glad you're very happy. Thanks, Steve. Great to see you. Great to be together. All right, let us officially begin. Welcome. Welcome. Hmm. For anyone I'm getting to meet for the first time, my name is Selena. This is a 60-minute yoga asana session. The 60 minutes will begin after this little intro. I have many, many recordings here on the app. I have a 10-day course, Yogic Practices for a Peaceful Life. What else? I have an upcoming course that will be released in the next few weeks, probably. A 10-day course for really cultivating self-love. And one thing I really love about this course, it's simple, yet it can take us deep wherever we are in our journey with self-love. I was thinking about it for myself as someone who's consciously engaged in self-love techniques and tools for many years. And I was asking myself, okay, this is definitely a course um, that is very available to someone who's new in this conscious self-love path. But what about for someone like me who has been doing this for a long time? And I was like, yeah, we can always start, with the basics. I mean, no matter how many self-loving things I've done for years, I still get caught in old patterns sometimes where I just need to say something like, I love you, you're doing a great job. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this with everyone. I think it's just going to be a beautiful experience, especially for us to share together as community. So keep your eyes open for that. I'll make an announcement in our group, Love Heals All. If you're not part of the group, everyone is warmly welcome there. It's a beautiful place to be together in community. Love Heals All. And our live schedule is going to be shifting a little bit over these next weeks as I have travel. I'm getting ready to go be with my beloved teacher, Sai Ma. And then after that, I'm going to lead a retreat in Costa Rica. And then I'm back for a little while and then I'm gone again. So lots of coming and going. So you can always find my live schedule on my profile. And there's also a website there if you'd like to stay more connected. So I think those are all the logistics. Um, I think, yeah, I think I covered everything there. This is listed as an intermediate Vinyasa yoga asana session. For anyone who's unfamiliar, asana is the term that refers to the physical postures of yoga. Although many of us think of yoga as the physical postures only, or maybe some meditation, yoga is a full uh, path of life. And the physical postures are only one part of that. One way for us to nourish and strengthen the body and also to come into harmony with our beloved self and the world, the beloved world, like that. So it's listed as intermediate because I do not, I maybe go at times a little faster than a fully beginner practice would be. I don't break down all of the poses the way that I would in a beginner session. You are welcome to be here wherever you are in your physical practice journey. My invitation as always is please just honor your body, especially if you're unfamiliar with something. Aloha, Kim. So please just really take care of your body, no matter how advanced you are or how many years you've been practicing. Yes, really practice listening to the body, to your heart, your spirit, your soul. What are you needing today? Do you need to take more rest postures? Do you need to give yourself a little more fire in your practice today? How can you honor yourself? And as always, you don't need to look like me. Many of us will never look like each other anyway, no matter how many years we practice certain things. So, how can you just really be with yourself where you are today? Is that everything that I wanted to say? I think so. Yeah. Yep. Yep, it is. All right. So, again, this is a 60-minute practice that officially begins now. Let's come to a seated position. If there are props that you know you enjoy to use for your practice, please have those available. Blocks, bolsters, blankets, anything you need. I have a Manduka yoga mat. This is my ride or die mat, my true friend. I've had this mat for probably like a decade. It still looks like it's new-ish. Um, and it's definitely thicker than the average yoga mat. So if you know that you need more padding, you may wish to have a blanket nearby. Or sometimes even, if you have too thin yoga mats, sometimes layering yoga mats can be helpful. But just so that you feel like you're supported when you're on the mat, and especially when we're on the knees, that there isn't that pain of, digging in. Welcome, everyone. Oh yeah, last logistic. Because I'm further from the computer, I can't read your chats from where I am. So if something does glitch, technically, just throw a slew of emojis in, and that will cue me to come over and fix the issue to the best of my ability. All right. So find a seated position that's more or less comfortable for your body. Feel the crown of the head lengthening the spine up toward the sky so it's lifting up. Chin is slightly tucked. Roll one shoulder up, back, and down, and the other shoulder up, back, and down. Allow a slight part between the teeth and even the lips. Start to feel the face softening. Close the eyes if that's comfortable. If Ujjayi Pranayama is part of your practice, you can begin to engage this ocean sounding breath. And let's move into our conscious yogic breathing. So as we inhale, we feel the belly, the rib cage, the upper chest expanding. And as we exhale, we feel that upper chest and then the rib cage and the belly softening in. And you'll probably find as you exhale that the navel gently draws toward the spine to support the air being fully expelled. Slow, deep breathing invites the mind to slow down. And then just notice what's happening in your inner world: body, mind, emotions, soul. And I invite you to take on the mindset for these next 60 minutes that you don't need to fix or change anything about yourself. And if you'd like to extend it further, you could even say about your life. But if you wish, just try on this mindset. I don't need to fix or change anything about myself. I can spend this next hour practicing listening to myself, giving myself room to exist just as I am. Practice accepting myself just as I am. What would that even look like or feel like to really let yourself be? And bring your palms to your heart and just hold your heart center at this sense of softness or tenderness, kindness. Feel the beating of your heart and set your sankalpa, your intention for practice. Hmm. Release the hands to the knees, open the eyes. Let's rock the weight forward. If you're not in a cross-legged position, I invite you to find it some form of a cross-legged position. We're going to make a big circle here. Chest reaches forward, spine reaches to the side, to the back, the other side, and then forward. We'll just do this a couple of times, and then we're going to come to standing. And let's change directions. Big circle. Start to warm up the muscles along the spine, moving the chest and the spine forward and back. Lovely, lovely. Make your way to standing. Let's come to the top of the mat. Feet are underneath the hips, or maybe the big toes are touching, heels are slightly apart. Big toes are pointing forward here. Draw the navel toward the spine. I'll go over just a couple of cues because we're going to be doing a lot of vinyasas today, this transition between poses. First of all, of course, if you're still working on building shoulder strength, core strength, or maybe you just need to be a little more easy on yourself today, you're very welcome to skip the transition postures, the vinyasa. You're also welcome to just work on it however you can. I'll just show a couple of variations here that I do often. This will be very redundant for anyone who's been here before, but I feel it's always good to revisit this. And as always, there are different styles of how we practice. So your style might be different. So honor that. Yes, you don't need to do what I'm doing just because I show it, but the the teaching background that I come from is that of alignment based. So it's focusing on how can we make sure the body is safe and happy and healthy while we engage in these postures. So again, take it or leave it, but that's why I like to show this sometimes, especially because today we'll be moving through a lot of these vinyasa transitions. So I'm just going to actually show us well, I'll go through the whole thing and then we'll just dive right in. Thank you for your patience. So this navel toward the spine really helps to start to activate the core. Remember, the core is not just the abdominal muscles here. So the belly is soft, and then we feel this drawing in of these muscles here, and this starts to create kind of like this girdle in this area. And I come back to this in almost every pose during asana practice, because especially with all of this up and down and vinyasa. So we engage the navel toward the spine, but there's still room to breathe. You might need to play with this. And you're welcome to move through this with me as we start to warm up as I show this. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then as you dive forward or bow forward, you have the option to bend the knees here, hug the navel toward the spine. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, fingertips to shins, navel engaged, flat back, weight in the toes. And then this is the main thing I wanted to demo, but feel free to do it with me if you're familiar. We fold forward, we bend the knees, we bring the hands down. We come back to a plank pose by stepping or lightly hopping. And then from our plank, we're either going to come down knees and then maybe a push-up from the knees. Another option is knees and then come down chest and chin. So we keep the hips high and bring the chest and the chin down, the elbows staying close. And from both of these postures, we slide forward, elbows back and close. And we inhale and curl up for Bhujangasana or Cobra, where the pubic bone is in contact with the mat. Another option here is you could come down the same way if you wish, or you can come down through Chaturanga, yes, our push-up, and then we come up Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. And for this pose, the thighs are completely off of the mat. We're pressing down into the hands, and rather than dumping the weight down, we reach the chest forward, open, yes? So this is my invitation for you to choose one of these variations, because we're going to be doing a lot of these and we really want to make sure that the body's supported. It's easy to strain. So if you know, especially that you're building shoulder and core strength, bring the knees down first, be gentle, skip them all together, just come to downward facing dog. Yes? All right, beloveds, let us move in. Top of the mat, palms touch at the heart, navel engages. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen up. Exhale, bow through center or dive. Option to bend the knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, bring the hands down, step or lightly hop, high plank. Lower down knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga, and then choose Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 slow, deep breaths. Hug the navel toward the spine. Shoulders pull up away from ears. Option to bend the knees if the backside body is feeling tight. Keep rooting down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Remember, option to bend the knees. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. Move through your vinyasa. Come up, Bhujangasana, Cobra, or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Upward facing dog. Make your way back. Downward facing dog. 3 slow, deep breaths. Crown of the head reaches down toward the fingers. Feel the heels slightly pulling apart, activating the legs. Look forward at your wrists and see that the creases of your wrists are parallel to the top of the mat. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Press into the feet, draw the navel toward the spine, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. One more Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Draw the navel in. Support your beautiful core, your back. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips to shins, weight in the toes. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. Lower down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Relax the face, the jaw. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step. Or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful, friends. Surya Namaskar B. Bring the big toes to touch. Heels are slightly apart. Draw the navel in toward the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up, hips down. Bring the weight into the heels. Inhale. Exhale, bow through center, fold forward. Inhale, let's come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. Lower down. Make your way up, open. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Softly step the right foot through between the hands. Lower the back heel, hips are square to the top of the mat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, touch down, lift the back heel, step the right foot back, lower down through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Softly step left foot through between the hands, lower the back heel, hips square to the top of the mat, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Exhale, touch down. Lift the back heel, lower down. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top, fold forward. Big toes touch, heels apart, sink the hips down. Inhale, Utkatasana, reach up, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely. Inhale, reach the arms up, sink the hips back and down. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms. High plank, lower down. Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Softly step the right foot through. Option to keep the back heel lifted here. Yes, this is a variation that some of you have seen me do before. This is better for my pelvis, so you're welcome to take Virabhadrasana 1 or just take Anjaneyasana here with our lunge. We'll take a breath in. Exhale, high plank, lower down. Inhale, open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Softly step left foot through between the hands. Option to keep that back heel lifted. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, touch down. Left leg back. Lower through your vinyasa. Make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Keep rooting down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step. Lightly hop to the top of the mat, big toes touch, heels apart. Sink the hips down, reach the arms up. Inhale, Utkatasana, rise all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Final Surya Namaskar B. Again, big toes are touching, heels are slightly apart to support Utkatasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Sink the hips back and down. Exhale, bow through center Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. You can always keep the hands flat here if you wish on the floor. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lightly hop back. Move through your vinyasa. From downward facing dog, softly step the right foot through between the hands. Option to keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, touch down. Right leg back. Move through your vinyasa. Left foot softly steps between the hands. Option to keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, reach up, Virabhadrasana 1, or in this lunge. Exhale, touch down. Step the left foot back. Lower down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra, or upward facing. Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Big toes touch. Sink the hips back and down. Reach the arms up. Utkatasana. Stand all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful, friends. Hop the feet apart so that the feet are underneath the hips. Navel towards spine. Lengthen up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Bend the knees as much as you need to take a hold of the big toes with the index and middle fingers. And then create a bit of a circle. Not a bit. Create a little circle here. You can't really see it from this far away. You're creating a loop between your thumbs, and your first and middle fingers here. Inhale, lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Remember, keep the knees as bent as you need to here to hook the toes. Draw the kneecaps up. Hug the navel in. And take 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the arms. Exhale, fold. Release the toes, bend the knees, or rise up with a flat back, standing. Beautiful. Let's hop the big toes back to touch. Let's bring the hands to the hips. Swing your right foot forward and then swing it back behind you. So now you've created a nice wide stance here. Let's turn the toes now to the back of the mat. Yes, so we turn the toes so we're facing the back of the mat here. So your right toes are facing the back. Left toes are slightly turned in as we prepare for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Square your hips now to this right side of the mat. Yes. So the hips are nice and square here rather than turned toward the front of the mat. Open the arms wide. Draw the navel toward the spine. Look over your right middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, extend. Reach your right fingertips out. Find all of this length through the sides of the body. And then simply pivot or turn the arms here. So rather than twisting it all through the pelvis or the spine, can the pelvis twist? You know what I'm saying. We're keeping this nice length through both sides of the body. Lift the front toes to activate the front leg. Beautiful, friends. Keep reaching the left arm up. Maybe the gaze turns up to the left thumb. If you're feeling a little adventurous here and your body feels strong enough and warm enough, you can reach the left arm over the ear and then your right arm up alongside the right ear. Keep really reaching strongly through the fingers and pressing down into the feet. Beautiful, friends. One more breath. Inhale, press into the feet, rise all the way up. Exhale, release the hands down. Beautiful. Bend your knees to turn your back toes in and then your left toes up toward the top of the mat, Trikonasana, other direction. Hips are still square to the right side of the mat. Back toes are slightly turned in. Reach the arms out wide, gazes over left middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, reach out through left fingertips and then simply move the arms. Maintain the length at the side of the body. Open the chest up toward the sky. Lift the left toes, activate the left leg. Maybe the gaze turns up. Keep pressing down into the feet to feel like you're lifting up and out of the pose. And then option to stay here if you'd like to add on a little heat. Right arm alongside the ear, a left arm alongside left ear. Beautiful. Inhale, press into the feet, rise up. Exhale, release the hands down. Bend the knees, step the right foot forward to come and meet the left. And just pause here for a moment. Notice what you feel inside. What is moving inside? Tingling, vibration, emotion, breath. Wonderful. Swing the right foot forward again, and then swing it back behind you. This time we're going to take an even wider stance. So bring your feet even wider, turn your left toes in, and now both both feet and all toes are slightly turned in toward the midline. Yes, so rather than out, both are slightly turned in. Draw the navel toward the spine, hands to the hips, lengthen up, inhale. Exhale from the hips, hinge forward, draw the kneecaps up, really activate the front of the thighs. And then if you cannot reach the floor, you can always have your hands to a block or two if you have them, or you can have the hands to the hips. Make sure the thighs are nice and activated. If you can bring the hands all the way down, we'll start with the fingers pointing forward in the same direction as the toes. Begin to walk your hands back as far as they comfortably go with the wrists beneath the elbows. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the arms, and then exhale, bend as much as you can here. And maybe that's not at all, and that's perfectly okay. Keep drawing the kneecaps up. Let's take 5 breaths here. Draw the navel toward the spine. Relax the neck. Wonderful. Inhale, lengthen the arms, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, draw the kneecaps up, hands to the hips, hug the navel in, press into the feet, activate your glutes to rise all the way up with a flat back if possible. Beautiful. One more pose here. Again, the toes are slightly turned in. Roll the shoulders up and back, interlace the hands behind the back, and they begin to extend through the arms as much as possible. Hug the navel toward the spine, lift and lengthen. Draw the shoulder blades back toward one another. If you have a lot of space here, you can even bring the palms to touch. We'll take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Draw the kneecaps up, activate the thighs. Allow the knuckles to start to fall up and over. 5 breaths. Beautiful. Press into the feet, hug the navel toward the spine, lift the knuckles up to the sky. Come all the way back to standing. Slowly release the interlaced hands and just allow the arms to float to the sides of the body for a moment. Notice these fun sensations. Maybe fun isn't your word today, but just notice. Can you even suspend judgment about fun, good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant, and just witness? Excellent. Turn the left toes to the top of the mat now. Bend the knees to step the right foot all the way forward. Beautiful. Palms touch. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, hug the navel in. Option to bend the knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips to shins or flat palms. And then exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, hop back or step back, lower through your vinyasa, and make your way all the way back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful. Big toes touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. Hug the navel in.
Lengthen, lift the right leg a little higher. You can press out through the ball of the right foot. Bend the right knee, stack the hips, allow the toes to fall behind. Oh, this is such a good one for me. I think for many of us, this is really good if we can find it. We have generally very tight hip flexors in our societies. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips. Option to stay here or exhale, knee to nose, high plank. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right elbow. Remember, this is optional. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. One more round. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, cross the body. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, softly step the right foot through between the hands. Lower the back knee. What? Lowering the knee in the middle of practice? What happened to Selena? Option to fold your mat over here if you need some more padding. Or, of course, just have a blanket as well, yes? Let's sink forward into this lunge. See if you can have that right ankle below the right knee. Breathe here. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Relax your jaw, allow a space between the teeth. Breathe deeply. Left hand is beneath left shoulder. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Option to stay here or tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Option, yes. If the knee is lifted, lower the knee, bring the right hand back down. Sink the hips forward. Walk your hands back. If you have blocks, this is a nice time to have blocks on either side to support here. Even if you're really flexible, sometimes having blocks can be more supportive in this pose. Ardha Hanumanasana. So extend through the right leg, drop that right hip down here. So we create length, yes? Hands can be to the hips, the blocks, or if they reach to the floor. Draw the navel toward the spine, lengthen the spine, flex the right foot. Inhale, exhale, fold. And again, keep letting that right hip drop down. Beautiful. Inhale to walk yourself forward, make your way back into your low lunge. Yes, very good. Walk your right foot out to the edge of the mat, and then allow your right knee to fall out to the side. Roll to the outer edge of the right foot. So now the sole of the foot comes off of the mat. You can bring your right hand down inside as well, yes? And then walk your left hand forward just a little bit and you can flex what is this called? Tuck your back toes under. And then allow your left hip to start to gently drop down toward the floor. So this right knee is out. We're on the edge of the left foot. And we're allowing ourselves to drop down into that left hip and left shoulder. And you might start to feel a stretch to the left rib cage, the left side body, even into the left psoas, some of those hip flexors in the front of the left hip. Very good. Walk that left hand back underneath the left shoulder. One last little bit of play here if you wish. Bend the left knee. Option to just hang out here if that's where you are today. Otherwise, reach your right hand back for the outer edge of the foot and then either kick the foot into the hand, or if you'd like to work with this differently, you can start to bring the heel toward the glutes. Breathe deeply wherever you are. Keep letting that right knee drop out as much as possible. Maybe even smile to your sweet self. even if you're not feeling sweet today. If you have the foot, slowly release it. Bring the right foot down, the right knee in. Let's walk that foot in just a little bit. Right hand down, back toes are tucked under. Lift the back knee. Step back, high plank pose. Beautiful. Why don't we add in just a little bit here, because why not? So option to stay here or just take a rest. If you want to play, left elbow down, right elbow down, left palm, right palm, right elbow, left elbow, right palm, left palm. One more time each side. Left, right, left, right. One more time. Right, left. Keep pressing back through your heels. Right, left. Beautiful. And then make your way through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale the left leg up and back. Hug the navel in. Press it through the ball of the foot. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips. Option to stay here or exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, cross the body. Keep rooting down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, left elbow. Last time, inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, softly step. Left foot through between the hands. Lower the right knee. Again, option here to fold the mat over for more support. Sink forward into your lunge. Soften the face. And again, if possible, left ankle is below left knee here. All right, have your blocks nearby if you have them, and if you don't, it's totally okay. Begin to extend back through the left leg, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, this half split pose here. If you have your blocks, you can use them like this. If you don't have them and you can't reach, hands can be to the hips or maybe the upper thigh. No pressure down here, yeah? Draw the navel toward the spine, lengthen the spine, drop your left hip down, yeah? Feel this length opening through the left side of the body, and then allow yourself to fold. Slow, deep breaths. Okay. Slowly walk yourself forward, come back into your low lunge, and now walk the left foot out toward the, I actually think we took a couple breaths in our low lunge. So let's just take a couple more breaths here. Something's very sticky in front of my left hip here. I didn't stretch after dance again. Bad girl. All right. Now let's walk the left foot out. to the edge of the mat. The left hand can come to the inside of the foot. Walk your right hand forward a little bit here. Tuck your back toes under, and then begin to drop your right hip down. Allow your left knee to fall out to the left and roll to the left edge of your foot. So the sole of the foot is off the mat now. The right hip drops down. And you can kind of see that I'm also dropping into my shoulder a bit here. That's okay. Normally we're all about creating length, right? But here we're about creating this length through this part of the body. And as always, if anything feels like this is a no for you for any reason, it's uncomfortable, there's any pain, just don't do it, right? Great. Rise back up. Walk your right hand back so that it's underneath your right shoulder again. Keep your left leg out to the side and then a little more play here if you wish. Bend your right knee, weight in the right hand. Reach your left hand back for the outer edge of the right foot. And then again, you can kick the foot into the hand to really open the shoulder, or maybe work on bringing that heel toward the glute. Relax the face, the throat. If you have the foot, slowly release it. Come back. Left foot down, left knee in. Walk the foot back in toward the midline. Left hand comes to the outside. Let's take a breath here in our low lunge. Lift the back knee. Step the left leg back. Why don't we do just one more little bit of play here? So press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Yes. Inhale. Roll up onto the balls of the feet. Roll through the spine. High plank. Navel draws in. Exhale. Roll up and back. Press yourself back. Roll through the spine. One more. Press it back. Inhale to roll through the spine. High plank. Exhale. Move through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Beautiful, friends. And bring the knees wide to the mat. Big toes touch. Sink the hips back and down. Balasana. Allow your upper body to relax down. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat. Breathe deeply. Let it all go. Feel the weight of your body releasing down into the earth. Slow, deep breaths. Relax any gripping or tension in the shoulders and the arms. Just allow the natural gravity to bring your body into this pose a little more deeply. Recall your sankalpa. Repeat it in your mind, feel it in your heart. Wonderful. Let's make our way onto the belly. So come up to all fours first. Bring your knees back in. And then come down onto the belly. Let's start for a moment in Sphinx pose.
Maybe the elbows are beneath the shoulders, hands are forward, palms face down. If this is uncomfortable or painful at all, you can just skip this. Yes, if you know you have anything going on with your spine or low back, especially, there's no need to strain. So feel free to not do this if that's your body. If you feel like you're needing some more sensation here, you'd like some more sensation, press down into the forearms to lift the head and reach the chest forward by gently pulling the elbows back toward the hips. Now remember, it doesn't make us any more spiritual or cool or wonderful to push the body further. So really just listen. Mm, excellent. Let's come down to the belly. We're going to move into bow pose. Let's see if I can. Actually, I should probably keep this on, but where do I put this thing? I never know where to put this mic for this pose. Bring the forehead of the chin to the mat and bring the legs together as much as possible for your body. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet up to the sky, or it's okay if the toes are pointing up too. Press your pubic bone down firmly into the mat. So we really always want to start here. Pubic bone presses down firmly so we start to lengthen the low back and protect our beautiful lumbar spine. And then from here, see if you can reach your right hand back for the outside of your right foot or ankle. This means that your thumb is pointing down and your hand is to the outside. And then see if you can reach back and take a hold of your left foot or ankle. Again, with the thumb pointing down, hand is to the outside of the leg there. If your feet and knees are splaying, bring them back together. Press your pubic bone down again into the mat, and then begin to kick the feet or the ankles into the hands. Lift up through the upper body. Keep kicking strongly. Lift the legs. Breathe. If you have a hold of the ankles or the shins, you may wish to flex the feet. Lift yourself a little higher. Breathe deeply. Again, make sure those those knees aren't splaying wide here. Breathe. And when you're ready, slowly lower down. Release the legs, arms alongside the body. Bring one cheek to the mat. Let it go. Beautiful. One more round if you wish. Bring the legs back together. Forehead or chin to the mat. Press the pubic bone down. Bend the knees. Reach for the outside of the right foot or ankle. Outside of left foot or ankle. Bring the feet back in toward the midline. Flex the feet if you're holding on to the ankles or the shins. Again, press the pubic bone down firmly and then begin to kick the feet or the legs into the hands. Open through the chest. Lift your legs a little higher. No strain on the neck here. One more breath. Slowly release. Opposite cheek to the mat. You can rock the hips a little side to side and then just find some stillness.
Beautiful. Bring the palms to the mat, fingers point forward, elbows are bent. Bring the legs closer together if they've splayed apart. Tuck your toes under, press into your palms to rise up to all fours, and then come to a seat. And for anyone who's newer to practice and missed the intro, we always begin our 60 minutes after the intro, so we still have about 15 minutes of practice left. Extend the right leg out, cross the left leg over. Now, if you know, well, we'll explore this for just a moment. So this is option one. Option two is to bring that right foot in. Now, if you find that once you bring the right foot in, the left hip stays lifted, I invite you just to keep that right leg extended. Yes, let's allow the spine to be nice and supported here, hips, pelvis to be balanced. So, again, if both sit bones are rooted with the leg in, great. If not, I invite you to keep that bottom leg extended if you wish. Walk your, excuse me, walk your left hand behind the spine. Inhale, reach the right arm up, and exhale it, cross it over that thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist, gazes over left shoulder. Relax the jaw. Inhale, slowly unwind back to center. And we'll change sides. Let's start by extending the left leg out. Yes, right leg crosses over. And then again, if you want to play with bringing the left foot in, do that. But if you find that this hip is popped up, I invite you to keep that bottom leg extended. Yes, if both sit bones are rooted, then go ahead and have this foot in. And as always, you can take or leave whatever I have to say. Walk the right hand behind the spine as much as possible. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, cross it over. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist, gazes over right shoulder. Space between the teeth and the lips. Breathe deeply. On your next inhalation, slowly unwind back to center. Oh, beautiful, my friends. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Little Baddha Konasana, little pulse in the knees, the legs. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips as much as you can. You can bring your hands around the feet and then curl through the spine. Inhale, roll up through the spine.
Bring your hands to the outsides of the knees to support the knees coming together. Wrap your arms around your knees and just allow your head to fall in toward the knees. Just hold yourself here for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Wonderful. So we're going to take just a couple of minutes here for yogi's choice. Um, if there is any last posture that your body needs or is asking for before Shavasana, I invite you to take that now. Just a minute or two. As many of you know, I don't lead inversions in these online sessions. So you may wish to take an inversion or anything else your body is needing. And actually, for anyone who has a block, we can do this basic inversion together for just a minute. And if you don't have a block, just feel free to do whatever your body wants. You can also do this without a block as well. Sometimes bringing the legs up the wall, which I won't show today because of a couple of reasons, but you can always bring your legs up the wall, like as if the wall is right here, as a nice way to have a gentle inversion. If you are on your moon cycle, it's recommended not to take inversions. So if you do have a block, you can take the block, lift your hips, and then place the block underneath the sacrum horizontally. And then you can lift the legs up. Make sure the gaze is up toward the sky. We don't want to turn the head here. There's not as much pressure on the head and the neck, but it's just a good practice to make sure that the head isn't moving in postures where there is weight on the neck like this. We'll just be here for a few more breaths. Again, you can do this without a block also. Lovely. If you have the legs lifted, bring them down. Remove the block if you were using a block. And we'll all make our way into Shavasana. Extend the legs down the mat. Feet wide, toes fall out to the sides. Arms alongside the body with the palms facing upward. If it feels good, you can tuck your shoulders underneath you. Chin is just slightly tucked. And then wiggle, move as much as you need to kind of settle in into a comfortable position. And then I invite you to just be still. When we are still in Shavasana, we allow all of these temporary experiences of mind, body, and emotion to just pass through our awareness rather than grasping, striving, straining, gripping. We practice allowing, letting every thought and feeling come and go, come and go. Eyes are closed. Allow yourself to just be. I invite you to stay in Shavasana, resting for as long as you like. If you're feeling ready to complete, start to deepen the breath. Slowly move fingers and toes. Reach your arms up alongside the ears. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, stretch. Bend the knees. Roll over onto one side. Use your bottom arm as a pillow for a moment. Feel your body, your whole being just held here by the earth, by your breath, by life. Use your hands to slowly come up to a seat with the eyes closed. Bring the palms to touch Anjali Mudra. Offer yourself gratitude. And we'll complete with our offering. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu 3 times, and then Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings and all of creation be happy, peaceful, free. Peace, peace, peace. Take a deep breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Recall your sankalpa, repeat it to yourself, feel it in your heart. And take it with you into the rest of your day or night. Thank you, friends. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you for your donations, your support, your beautiful presence. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Great to be together. Anyone has anything they'd like to share, any questions before we complete, go ahead and do so. And that will come to a close. Yeah, wonderful to see you, Steve. I was just thinking about you. I think You had either maybe left a comment or left a donation, and I was just appreciating you and just thinking about, yeah, just how cool it is to. I lived in Oakland for a long time, and so just to have people and connections all over the planet, it's beautiful. Ah, any final thoughts? Sweet, sweet, sweet souls. Be kind with yourself, yeah? Wonderful. Thanks, Stephanie. And thank you, Dana. Thank you, Ken. Be gentle. Be gentle. There's just so much stirring inside for so many of us. And many are feeling lost because they don't understand why so much is stirring. And we don't always need to understand why, although it can be helpful, right? The mind feels like, oh, I get it. I'm in control. I understand. Yeah. But we don't always need to understand. Just be gentle, be kind, take care of yourself. Do the things that that nourish you, bring you back to center. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Steve. No worries. Yeah, the donation button often is finicky. I appreciate though. Thank you. All right. So we'll be together again on Wednesday. Yeah, on next Wednesday. And then I won't be here. I'll be with my beloved Guruji, my beloved teacher, Simon. So our next time together, our next time together is next Wednesday, the 12th. And then after that, our next time together is on. And as a reminder, you can always find this on my profile page and also check in our group, Love Heals All. So, yes, so our next session is on the 12th. And after that, I'll be back and we'll have a session on the 21st. And then we don't get to meet for a little while. It's like a long time. It's a really long time. We won't be meeting for like 2 or 3 weeks because then I go to lead the retreat in Costa Rica. So October 12th, October 21st is our next Vinyasa Asana session. And then November 11th is our next time together. And just a reminder, because Hawaii doesn't change with the daylight savings of the US, does Canada change also? Because we don't change here, it changes the schedule. So normally we would meet at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays Eastern and 3 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, but with the time zone change, it'll be an hour later, which I know is difficult for our folks over that way. All right. Thank you for being here. Very grateful. Very grateful for you. Offer my heart, all my love. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Enjoy. Enjoy. Be kind to yourself, to others.